Well. Will Sparking Zero win fighting game of the year? I'm gonna be honest with you guys and give y'all a short answer. Most likely not. Most likely not. It's a little slim chance to zero chance of Sparking Zero winning this category. Doesn't matter how many of you guys band together on some Sparking Zero supremacist type ish. It's a very slim chance, okay? Now I know there's a Sparking Zero supremacy out there that believes the game is perfect and nothing's wrong with it. And then you got the Sparking Zero anti-Sparking Hero supremacy that hate the game and want it to fail miserably. Me personally, I enjoy the game. I'm on neither side. I'm a very objective person when it comes to the facts. I enjoy playing Sparking Zero for fun, but best fighting game this year, I know I cannot confidently say that. And before anybody be like, oh, you're just hating and you praying on his downfall, Sparking Zero did get player choice of the year. That's probably the best it's gonna get. Okay. It's probably the best it's gonna get. Too many good games came out this year, and the popular vote for player choice game that Sparking Zero won, it won because of nostalgia. Okay, it didn't win because it's objectively an amazing, perfect game. It won because of nostalgia. I have a thing that I call basic gamer syndrome. Calling it what it is. Basic gamer syndrome. Basic gaming syndrome is like same with anime, where the majority population plays a certain video game or watch a certain anime, so to speak, and they call themselves a gamer, but they're not really a gamer, or they call themselves an anime watcher, but not really an anime watcher. And Dragon Ball Z falls into that bunch. A basic gamer, I would say, is someone that only plays Dragon Ball Z, basically the basic Black Hood-ish in the Hood community. But you know, if everybody play it, but basic gamer would be Call of Duty, Dragon Ball Z, 2K, and I feel like I'm missing one more. NBA 2K, NBA 2K, Call of Duty, Dragon Ball Z, and then if you're a woman, we throw Sims into the mix. Basically, those are the basic games that anybody brag about and say they play and they think they're a gamer, but you're not really a gamer if you're not exploring outside of those basic games that the majority plays. If you're not playing, I don't know, unique indie games like Undertale or something like that, if you're not playing, or Ori and the Blind Forest, something like that, if you're not playing some solo adventure player games like God of War or Final Fantasy 7, stuff like that, if you're not dipping your toe in a multi-fluid of different games in different genres and whatnot, you're a basic gamer. If the only games you play is like Call of Duty, Fortnite, that's what it was. If you're a person that only play like Call of Duty, Fortnite, Dragon Ball Z or something, you're really basic. You're not really a gamer because the best video games out there are not a part of those genres. Baldur's Gate, Elden Rings, Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, the list just goes on. Final Fantasy. Those are games you got to step out your comfort zone and play, and they have amazing narrative, amazing gameplay, amazing, just everything, music and all. So, yeah, Dragon Ball won player choice because it's a basic game. Everybody know how to get into it. It's like anime. When you anime, most basic anime watchers watch shonen. So like Dragon Ball, One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, Demon Slayer. That's basic. But do you watch the off-brand anime, that the 12 episode series, 24 episode series animes like Tower of God, Blue Lock, all those type of anime. Donna just came out and stuff. Do you watch the 12, 24 episode series type animes? You feel me? some of y'all feel me, some of y'all probably feel disrespected because y'all just got called basic. But if the shoe fit, mother, you know, shoe fit. But that's why Dragon Ball won player choice. I don't think Dragon Ball gonna win best fighter game award, whatever. It's just not happening. Some of y'all was wild. I don't know what y'all smoking, thinking that Sparking Zero was gonna be a nominee for best video game of the year. Y'all was smoking that good kush, and I need to know who y'all supplier is. I'm kidding. I don't do drugs. But yeah, some of y'all expectations and overhypeness need to be knocked down a bunch. Okay, y'all need to actually look at this game objectively as a real gamer. Okay. Some people probably don't know. Again, I state facts. Some of you guys don't know. The Game Awards ain't really something that we decide. Okay, the Game Awards is chosen by the jury. Okay, the video game jury. Nominations for the Game Awards are selected by a voting jury of over 100 leading media and influencer outlets across the globe. Basically, the experienced people in the gaming industry that critique games and review games on a daily when they come out and give their reviews when it comes to like 10 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 9 out of 10, all that type of stuff, right? And then these are the medias that will be voting and determining. Some are podcasts, some are like video game reviewers and critiquers, commentators, stuff like that, right? Very well-known media outlets that be making reviews and articles and stuff on gaming. These are the people that decide what the Game Awards, what games get certain awards, okay? So it don't matter how much you feel emotionally about a certain game. It doesn't matter if the game didn't do good statistically overall when it comes to actual video game critique, people that know what they're talking about when it comes to like the sound quality in the game, the models, the animation rigging, voice acting, the narrative, the storytelling, character designs, the whole 9 yards, okay? Video games not just about what you feel. There's a lot of technicality inside there. Bugs, all that type of stuff. Coding, all. These the experts, okay? And whether you agree with some of these medias, a lot of these medias are objectively correct. A lot of them, okay? Not all of them. There are some in there that's like, bro, what are you doing? I know some people be hating on IGN critiques sometimes because sometimes it don't be making sense. I understand. I get it. But majority of these outlets know what they're talking about, okay? Like I said, some of these are influencer outlets are like legit people in real life that understand gaming. They got their own podcasts and talk about it and whatnot, right? So these the people that really makes the decision of what game is chosen. Our votes don't really matter. And you don't believe me? Again, I'm a person that shows a lot of proof, okay? Right here, it says the process begins with over 100 video game publications, which I just showed you guys, and websites, which I just showed you guys, which collectively named 6 games as nominees. They chose the nominees already. They all talked about what games they thought was worthy to be selected, and here we are. And some of them thought Sparking Zero should be on the list for the fighting game section, right? After the nominees have selected, the winner is chosen by a combined vote between the jury. The jury is 90% of the votes. And the public voting, which is us, 10%. We are a measly 10% of the actual votes. We are basically the people that, if it's too close of a tie during the awards, we give it that extra inch for that certain game to win. That's basically who we are. So we don't really got that much power when it comes to who actually win the Game Awards. The game got to speak for itself, while the reviewers and the media influencers and stuff that critique them makes the final decision based on how the game came out. Now, another reason why Dragon Ball Sparking Zero most likely won't win is because most reviewers and casters gave Sparking Zero probably like a solid 7, 8, in that range, right? And a lot of these same reviewers dropped the article about it losing 90% of its player base. Now, some of y'all may argue that's just on Steam. It's not just on Steam. They got the numbers as well on console. It's not 100% accurate, but I'm pretty sure y'all done seen people bring up the Twitch numbers and stuff, or the console numbers of how many people have been on that game, how many people is online on Sparking Zero at a certain time of day, every hour. And Sparking Zeros fluctuate between 250,000 to 350,000. Now, remember, that's a lot, okay? The game not dead. But remember, the game sold over 3 million copies. Over 3 million copies. 10% of 3 million is 300,000. Meaning 90% of the player base have dropped the game on console as well, not just on Steam, which I've been telling people, but they didn't want to do the math. So these same people, the same jury, they the same ones that made articles and reviews talking about Sparking Zero lost 90% of its player base. They gonna keep that in mind when it comes to their final selection of voting. They gonna keep that in mind. Same thing with their critiques, and some of them not gonna look at Sparking Zero as a fighting game because of it not being competitive. It's like adding Smash Bros on here. If you put Smash Bros against Tekken, Tekken looks like gonna win because they know most people look at Tekken as the quote-unquote real fighting game because of aesthetics and gameplay style compared to Smash Bros. And they're gonna do the same thing when it comes to Sparking Zero. But not only that too, most of these game reviewers are aware of the error codes with the communication errors and online matchmaking issues with Sparking Zero right now. A lot of them understand the community right now complaining about the game a lot, about the fighting mechanics and how it's boring to watch and all that type of stuff. The reviewers, they see all of this. The influencers, they see all of this. The media's all of them. So it's a very low chance Sparking Zero gonna get this award because the spotlight on Sparking Zero is not that very positive as people think it is. It's really mixed review right now, more on the negative side than the positive side, to be honest. Until it gets patched in December, later in December. The Game Awards is at the beginning of December. The Game Awards, I think it's like December 7th, 12th, 12th or 7th is one of them. 12th or 7th, 12th. Yeah, it's on the 12th. I doubt the patch for Sparking Zero comes out on the 12th. I'm doubting it. I'm truly believing Sparking Zero patch ain't gonna come out until the middle of December. I'm aiming like the 16th of December. So it's a very, very hard to believe Sparking Zero will win this. And then last but not least, that make it like very clear that Sparking Zero most likely won't win this is if y'all watch the game theory Matt Pat did in the past about how the Game Awards is chosen for Game of the Year, and the math he did, statistics he did, seem to be almost 100% accurate how they choose Game of the Year. It can qualify here as well. Most games that win a award during the Game Awards is video games that came out early in the year, around like springtime, early summertime. That's the area you want to aim to drop your game if you want to make sure you get an award during the Game Awards. Most games that come out late in the year, close to the Game Awards, tend to never win awards. It's very a low chance for them to win an award simply because the game haven't been out long enough for reviewers to really give it a hardcore objective review / standard on how good the game is. And a lot of people in the player base not gonna vote the game unless they just want to be biased, not gonna vote the game because they don't have their hands on the game. There's a lot of people that have yet to buy Sparking Zero yet and experience the game, and some people that are buying Sparking Zero right now, they're not enjoying the game because of all the bugs and whatnot and errors of what they're going through, so they won't choose Sparking Zero as well. A lot of people are waiting for the patch to drop to buy Sparking Zero, or waiting for Sparking Zero to go on sale. So a lot of people don't even got their hands on Sparking Zero yet, even though a lot of y'all may be like, but it sold 3 million copies. But there are still a lot of people out there. There are 8 billion people in the world. There's still a lot of people in the world that haven't bought Sparking Zero yet 100% because they're not sold to buy it yet until a patch drop or something, because they're hearing all the reviews and stuff online. There's a lot of people that don't buy games till they hear reviews online, and when they hear people talking about the game got bugs right now, save data issue and all type of stuff, they're not gonna buy it. And there's plenty of people online complaining about, my game got erased twice now and I had to start the game over. I believe someone commented in my comment on one of my videos. They was like, my game save data erased twice now, and thank God I backed it up one time, but I still had to get my player level back up to 20. So like there's still people going through the save data crash that Bandai haven't fixed yet, and the reviewers gonna look at that because that's a big issue. That's not normal. A error that deletes all your save data, that is detrimental in the gaming industry. Okay, a game that crashes your console or corrupts your save data because of a bug, immediately, and it's not looked at the same after a while. So that's really bad, right? So the odds are very stacked against Sparking Zero for it to be chosen as best fighting game of the year. Okay, I highly doubt it. Don't get your hopes up. Is basically what I'm saying. Doesn't matter how many y'all try to stand for Sparking Zero like it's the perfect game. It's too many actual objective facts out there that points to Sparking Zero just not getting it. Marvel and Capcom is very popular, traditional fighting game, so it's a high chance that can win. Tekken got a lot of hype when it first came out, tournaments and all. Still going good. Can easily be Tekken. Grand Blue Fantasy versus just as much. These are like traditional fighting games that it's a high chance they can win. If I had to say which one I think will win, my vote is towards Tekken 8. I can see Grand Blue winning, but my vote is towards Tekken 8. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But yeah, people that's trying to push the agenda of trying to force Sparking Zero to win the fighting game awards just to try to prove a point, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's probably the worst decision y'all can do in your life. Worst decision y'all can do, simply because we all know Sparking Zero is not in a perfect game state right now for a game, especially for a fighting game, right? It's not in the perfect form at all. There's a lot of bugs, a lot of fighting mechanics that got to be improved, a lot of issues, right? And I'm not even talking about the game being unbalanced. It's meant to be unbalanced. I'm talking about like legit core mechanical issues in the game that need to be improved when it comes to like input lag and all types of stuff, right? You shooting yourself in the foot if you make Sparking Zero win. If you try to make Sparking Zero win and not being honest with yourself. Reason being is if developers think their game is perfect, then they don't get rose tinted shades on and think that their game is perfect. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the only way to make a game improve is by letting the game dev know their game is bad right now and needs some improvements in certain areas. If you're not honest with the game dev and letting them know, hey, this game needs some improvements in this area, and everybody complain to the game devs about it, they're not gonna make a change. I've been in too many online communities and stuff where I seen both. People swearing the game perfect, and then the game dies because they've been lying to the game dev. The game dev didn't know it was an issue, and the game just slowly kept declining over and over time. Then I had the other people where they complained to the game devs all day, and then the game devs finally listened and said, okay, we understand there's a problem with our game, we're gonna fix it. And we got the patch notes we wanted, we got the changes we wanted, the game is still flourishing and still living. Do not choose Sparking Zero if you truly don't believe that it's the perfect fighting game and you believe that it do need some changes. Do not vote for it, because if it wins, the community gonna get an ego boost saying, oh my god, I told you guys, best fighting game, high in your face. They're gonna get toxic. Game devs gonna feel elated thinking our game perfect, everybody voted for it, and the game not gonna get fixed as quick as it should, or ever get fixed if they decide to fix it after this ego boost. And you're not gonna get the improved game content and stuff that you probably want from Sparking Zero because I think the game is perfect. So I'm just saying, be careful. But yeah, that's the objective answer for you guys. If you want to know, like, is there a chance for Sparking Zero to actually win or not? And I give y'all my personal opinion on why I believe you shouldn't try to make it win. I truly don't believe that. I would not pick Sparking Zero until after the patch comes out in December. For is it willing to be a contender for a good game? Because right now everything I'm pointing is a direction right now. It really ain't. Anyway, love you guys, appreciate you guys always. Until next time, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. What fighting game y'all think should win best fighting game in the year. And until next time, stay up.